I would like to welcome Jared Lambert, who is our section award winner for Youth Player Development. Congratulations on that award, Jared.
Thank you.
I'd just like to start a little career history, where you've been, what's led you to this point, and what really got you interested in coaching path, especially with juniors and the things you're doing at Salishan.
Yeah. Well, I played in college, and after graduating in 2015, moved down to the desert and started working at a country club down there, and then eventually moved into splitting my time between Palm Desert, California, and Central Oregon, where I grew up. And to be completely honest with you, would have been pretty surprised if you told me that I was going to get into the golf business after school. But it was just something that after a while, I realized that it was kind of my thing, and it was just what was going to happen. I didn't really begin coaching until a couple years into my career. It wasn't that I didn't want to, it was just that I didn't really find the opportunity. The places that I was at already had a number of instructors. They didn't really want anybody coming in and taking their lessons, which I can understand in hindsight. So once I got my feet on the ground at Meadow Lakes Golf Course in Prineville, I really dug in and started trying to build up a customer base and start building up lessons, educating myself on the best way to teach people. And juniors just seemed like a really natural opportunity for growth for myself, and it was something that was clearly needed in the community. So in a way, it just kind of presented itself to me, and I tried to take advantage as best I could. We didn't really have a huge junior presence at Meadow Lakes, but there was some good school programs that there were athletic kids that were in the community that clearly wanted something to do, and so I just set about trying to figure out how to capture all those kids and make them have fun, and that was really what we centered all of our programming around, was having as much fun as possible and getting out on the golf course.
In your past programs, did you have something special, innovative that you did outside of some of the PGA type junior programs, or did you integrate both like PGA Junior League and your own programs together? Walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely had a mix of both. We had PGA Junior League teams. We had two teams, which I was pretty excited about, being such a small community, to be able to get that many out was awesome. And then there was a number of my own programs that I started as well. Golf with the Pro is the one that I think take the most pride in. Just because it was like taking a problem and finding a solution, and just creating something that was a lot of fun and that people had a lot of passion for. It was a program where I just would go out and play golf with the kids, because I kept having students that would come back for a lesson every week, and we'd work on the same things, because for one, they hadn't practiced, but they also hadn't played. And if they weren't playing, I thought to myself, how can they really develop the passion for the game that will get them motivated to go practice? I didn't fall in love with golf beating balls on a range, and I don't think that that's how most kids are going to fall in love with the game. And so I really wanted to encourage them to get out on the golf course and give them an avenue to do so, and also give parents some kind of at least feeling of safety, or knowing that there was a time and a place that they could just drop their kid off, not worry about them, and then come back a couple hours later. I also ran a number of junior golf events through the Central Oregon Junior Golf Association. We had some pretty significant numbers throughout the Bend, Redmond area in Central Oregon through that. And that was a little bit different crowd. Those are more geared towards kids that were already established, that had already played, and that needed a competitive outlet without having to travel to OGA events every week. Being in Central Oregon, that can be quite a time commitment to make. So we wanted to give them an opportunity to play. We also introduced a couple of club events for juniors, and again, just trying to offer kids that wanted it the chance to step up into whatever playing category suited them best. Whether that was somebody that was beginning, they could attend one of our junior camps that were pretty successful. They could move into junior league if they wanted to move up from that, progress from that, and then into COJGA. And then after that, if they want to go to OGA events, then we'll teach them how to do that and how to sign up and send them on their way.
As you were coming up in the business, did you have mentors, other professionals you leaned on for some of these, ideas, bounce things off? Who helped you through this process and was a good influence for you?
So the three pros that I initially worked for at Eaglecrest have always been very helpful to me. Ron Berger, Kevin Story, and Tam Bronke, who's now out at Bend Golf Club as the director of instruction there. Tam especially has always been and continues to be a huge resource for me. He brings a lot of experience to the table and has been very successful in that area. And him being at Eaglecrest for a long time and me growing up there, we've known each other for a long time, and so it's been a great relationship for me to have. And Kevin was just a resource for me to constantly take advantage of when I was going through the program, because he had finished it up a couple years before me. So it was nice to give him a call, and he helped me out with a lot of my videos and that sort of thing. And then Ron is just a wealth of knowledge as far as the golf business goes, and more the business side of things. So with all three of those guys, it was, I feel like I've been very lucky to have a lot of people that I can lean on. And in addition to that, Zach Lambert, my boss out at Meadow Lakes, was hugely beneficial to me for knowing the community, knowing where, in the best ways to find students and kids that needed an outlet, and in addition to that, just offering me the opportunity and the time to run the programs that I wanted to run. He just kind of gave me free reign and said, if it works, then we'll stick with it. So that was just awesome to have in a boss.
In your teaching, and we'll say specifically with juniors, do you use technology with them, cameras, launch monitors, any of that, or is it more fun-based, feel-based, let's learn how to play?
When I was at Meadow Lakes, it was definitely the fun-based, field-based, let's learn how to play. And we're going to learn a little bit about ball flight laws, but it's hard to measure. And we didn't have access to the technology that would have given us the detailed information. We had a $500 cheaper launch monitor that gave us some basic numbers. Here at Salishan, we have a TrackMan unit, TrackMan 4, which has been awesome and hugely useful even for juniors. There's certainly things that you can point out and hone in. You can just hone in on what they need to work on so much faster. And plus, it's a cool looking room that kids, when they walk in, lights and see a big screen. It's like a video. So I think it naturally fits.
For other beginning PGA professionals or PGA pros out there looking to expand a junior program or begin a junior program, give us some words of wisdom, things that have worked for you, a guiding hand through this to help them out.
The first thing is seek out as much knowledge as you can. I think that just having the confidence and knowing that you know what you're talking about can be a huge thing internally. When I first got into the business, taking money for teaching somebody was one of the scariest things that I did. But the more that I learned, and the more that I knew that I was going to be able to help them, the more confident I became in my teaching. And students can sense that. Students will absolutely sense whether you feel like you're winging it, or if you don't say something with the full authority, they're going to notice. And the other overarching kind of career advice that I try to give people is, especially when it comes to instruction and junior instruction, is the best place to teach and to start your career may not be the place that is the biggest name. Seek out a place that needs your expertise and that needs you. There's a lot of golf courses that maybe are a little bit off the beaten path, that are just dying for somebody with the passion and the knowledge to step into that role and offer them great quality instruction and great quality junior programs. There's certainly a lot of fantastic country clubs and fantastic public golf courses in the Pacific Northwest that we all know about. But, for the most part, those places, if you're starting out, already have experts that are there fulfilling the needs of that facility. And so if you're starting out trying to get your foot in the door, teaching wise and get some experience, go find the place that needs you.
Once again, congratulations on the award. Very well deserved. Love
Thank,
all the programs you put in place.
thank you.
Truly well deserved. That's fantastic.
Thanks.
All right.
I appreciate it a lot.